So I want you guys now to reflect on where you were 8 years ago. Just take a moment. If you don't want to write anything down, but just take a moment. Where were you 8 years ago? Think of like how you were financially, how you were spiritually, emotionally, in your confidence, in your self-assurance, in your self-love. Where were you 8 years ago? Okay, so everyone just take a deep breath. Closing your eyes. Letting that all go. Deep breaths out. So after I became a personal trainer, I did that for a few years. I discovered I had a client of mine that was in network marketing. And she just seemed happy. She seemed happy. She seemed free. She was bubbly. She was very free with her schedule. So it got me curious about this whole network marketing thing. So when I decided I didn't want to do PT anymore, I reached out to her and I actually got started with her in her business. I did that for about 18 months. I made about $1,800, so probably averaged out about $100 a month. So it wasn't life-changing financially. However, I learned a lot. I discovered network marketing. I really fell in love with the whole concept and idea, and I saw a big vision. I decided that just wasn't aligned with the products anymore. And all of a sudden I had this like download around water, and I was like, fuck, water's so important. People need to be educated about water. I feel like there's a real hole in the market here, something that is a forward trend. And so I wanted to get involved with that, which led me to meet my mentor now, Balaj W. Cardos, who introduced me to Kangen water. And so I got started in that business nearly 9 years ago now. It'll be 9 years in January. And when I was about 6 months into the business, I'd made a few $1,000s. I was living free. I was fucking stoked. I was like, changed the game. I'd made more money in that business than I had in my other business. I decided to move to Sweden. So I went to Sweden. I booked my tickets to Sweden, I spent all my money on the tickets. And my mum, I had no more money, but I was just going. I just trusted myself. I knew I needed to be there. I was taking a leap into the unknown, and I just backed myself. My mum gave me $600. She's like, hey, Clint, here's a gift. She gave me $600. God bless her. She gave me $600. That's all the money I had. So anyway, I went over there and I survived from Magic Payments. I had a guy on my team that was making sales, and I just get like a bit of money here, a bit of money there. And it was enough to like pay rent, buy food, and live a minimal life. But I was doing it. I was like living free. But I had this period where I completely ran out of money. No money. Money wasn't coming in for about 10 days. And so I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? But I was like, just trust, Clint. Just trust. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You're always supported. You're always supported. And so I used to go up to this hotel because I was living on a boat. There was no Wi-Fi on the boat. I used to go up to this hotel and I would use the Wi-Fi. And I used to go up there about 10 in the day. And then the next day after I'd run out of money, I woke up at like 3 a.m. Couldn't sleep. I was like, fuck, all right, I'm going to get to work. I went for a run, and then I went up to this hotel. So I went up there, 4 a.m., working away, Tupac blaring, this guy in the earphones, Tupac blaring just in the hotel lobby. About 6 a.m., this lady came and sat down next to me. She had a plate of food. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Anyway, this other person came and sat down across. She had a plate of food. And I was like, what's going on here? And I realized there was a buffet. So I was like, just casually got out of my seat, walked over confidently to the buffet, grabbed the plate, and filled up my plate with food. Went and sat back down, ate the plate of food. No one asked a question. I was like, okay, I've got food. I can live on this free buffet. Wasn't a free buffet, but I was stealing the buffet. Anyway, times were tough. I left Sweden and I came back home. I really got focused, surrounded myself with the right people, consumed the right knowledge, set a strong intention of what I wanted to create in Magic, and got to work diligently, relentlessly, and courageously in the direction that I wanted to go. 8 years later, my wife, she is connected with someone in our team that's in Sweden. And she's got the biggest team in Sweden. Nothing to do with me. It's in my organization, but I introduced someone who introduced someone who introduced someone else. And now there's this massive team in Sweden. I didn't make a sale when I was there, right? So we have this big team. My wife just goes, why don't we do an event in Sweden? I was like, Sweden? Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, cool. Let's do it. It turned out that my wife got a little bit, she normally like runs the events, puts them together. She got a little bit, she had too much on her plate. So I said, listen, I'll take this event. I'll run it. I'll do it. Right. Which was a big step for me. It was me stepping up, being courageous. I was like, I'll put on this event. So I put everything into this event, booked the venue, rallied the troops, and we had 150 people buy tickets to be at this event in Sweden. And it was literally to the date, 8 years later from the last time that I was in Sweden. So I went over there with $600. 8 years later, I'm there, we're hosting this event, 150 people in my team, flying over business class, financially free. And I was just, on the way, I was like, holy fuck, like a lot can change in 8 years. And I was there, I went to the gym, it was the day before the event, and I checked into I logged into my online banking, and I checked and I'd received a couple of bonuses, a monthly bonus and a total bonus from my company. Now, I'd say the figure, but for compliance reasons, I can't. Let's just say it was a lot of fucking money dropped into my bank account on that one day. And I just remember, I was just like, holy shit, like my life has fucking completely transformed in just 8 years. Only 8 years. So I want you guys now to reflect on where you were 8 years ago. Just take a moment. If you don't want to write anything down, but just take a moment. Where were you 8 years ago? Think of like how you were financially, how you were spiritually, emotionally, in your confidence, in your self-assurance, in your self-love. Where were you 8 years ago? Now think of where you are today. And think of how far you've come, how you've grown, how you are financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, in your confidence, in your self-assurance, in your self-worth, in your self-love. Have you grown? I'm sure you all have. If you hadn't, I doubt you would be here today on this call or even in life. So I want to take you through a process. So closing your eyes. Just connecting back into that central channel, your heart. Now tuning into your past version of yourself 8 years ago. And maybe you're going through a hard time. Maybe you're struggling. Maybe things were tough financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Now, from your current version of yourself, your more evolved version of yourself, I want you to shower yourself with love, your past self, your past version of yourself. Shower yourself with love, gratitude for all the lessons, all the learnings, the experiences, and realizing that everything that happened, it was a play to set you up for now. And if there's some words of encouragement, just whisper them in your ear. letting them know that they've got this. You've got this. Everything's going to be okay. Everything works out. You are loved. We do make it. And just seeing your past version of yourself, their energy shift, their energy change. And step by step, day by day, they make it through to today. Growing, empowering themselves, learning, stepping into the unknown. At whatever caliber you have, being. Now, I want you to tune into a future version of yourself, 8 years from today. Tuning back into your intention that you said at the beginning of this call, what you wanted to create. And being present with the version of you that created that is that. Now, from this version of yourself, tune back into the version of yourself that's sitting here today. And give yourself love, appreciation, a loving hand on the shoulder, saying, you've got this, bro. Everything turns out better than you could even imagine. And just taking a quantum journey through all the challenges, obstacles, trials, triumphs that you move through over the next 8 years, and just feeling the elevation in your prosperity, in your abundance, your purpose, your fulfillment, your love, your truth, your honesty, your integrity, your honor, and who you step into as a man, as a king of your kingdom. Now bringing your awareness back into your present. What if the whispers, the insights, the goosebumps, the intuitive nudges that you get is actually a future version of yourself whispering in your ear, giving you guidance, the shoulder on your hand, a hand on your shoulder, should say, hand on your back, saying you've got this, and guiding you every step of the way. And so as you gave some love and reassurance to your past self, and so your future version of yourself is giving you that same love and guidance. And just taking a deep breath in. And exhale. And just feeling that hand, one hand on your heart, one hand over the other hand. And just feel that through every cell of your body, locking that in and freeing what no longer serves you. Your limitations, your distractions. And slowly bringing your awareness back into the room, into the call. Giving yourself a smile. One word in the chat. How you feeling now? Lit, empowered, powerful, enlightened, nice, supported, beautiful. Faith, nice. How good is it knowing you can really support yourself in any moment? Greater, enlightened, at peace, excited. Greater, beautiful. So if you all don't mind, I'd like to take 5 minutes to talk about the Rich Mystic Man Mastermind, 12-month mastermind. And if you're not interested or you need to go, then I understand. So last year, and probably 10 years ago, I wanted to work with men because I saw such a huge shift that I'd had within myself. And so I was like, I really want to support other men to have the shifts that I have had and some of the things that I've learned over the years. And so I was always so close to putting together some sort of men's mastermind or workshop, but I always kept getting this stop and was like, nah, bro, just keep working on yourself. Just keep working on yourself. And so I kept doing that for years and years and years and years and years. And it got to the point I was like, maybe I'm not meant to do this men's work. But when my brother was nearing his death and I was there with him at the hospital, I just got this strong download. I was like, fuck, it's time. Because here I am with my brother being raised by within the same family, same upbringing, of course, different, versions of that upbringing. But here I am thriving, financially free, beautiful wife, children, happy relationship, healthy body, making lots of money, traveling the world, doing heaps of cool shit. And here my brother is in the hospital dying of cancer. And I just thought, what if he was able to learn what I learned those many years ago? And what if I didn't? Maybe I'd be in a similar situation. So I put a fucking fire up under my ass, and I put together the Rich Mystic Man 12-week mastermind. There's a few legends on this call that were there at that event and retreat, and it was profound. So from that, I realized there's the rich, there's the mystic, and the man. And so from that, I launched the Rich Man Mastermind, which is another 12-week experience. And for me, the great feedback was that from the 11 men that were in that first mastermind, 7 of them joined again for the Rich Man. To me, that was good feedback that it was a great experience. And then we're having the Rich Man at the retreat. Part of it was we had this thing called the Rich Pitch. So everyone that was there got up and pitched their business or their idea. And there was awesome people stepping up, pitching outside their fucking comfort zone. But it was a really powerful experience. And when I was there, I was sitting there, I was like waiting to go last. I'm like, what am I going to sell? What am I going to pitch? And then it came to me. What if we did 12 months together? What if we did the Rich Mystic Man 12-month mastermind? And so we pitched that. Why pitch that? And there's a bunch of people on this call that were from that and are now joining us on this 12-month mastermind. So essentially, the essence of it is over the next 12 months, I know for me, I continually keep up leveling. Things keep shifting, tapping into more wealth, more freedom, more of myself, more things are coming online. And so I want to take some men, 20 men, I've already got 9, there's 11 spots left, to journey with us over the next 12 months. And to encourage you to really step into the unknown. What's that next level of you that wants to be expressed? And so there's 3 terms. There's the mystic, there's the rich, and the man, in that order. And so the mystic is the first retreat coming up. It's on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of October in Byron Bay. And some of the stuff that's been coming through, and I realized that over the last 15 years, I've been relentlessly, diligently working on myself. I've done so many different practices and routines and healing modalities, and I've healed so much within myself. And so it's all coming through to be delivered to you so you guys can use that to empower yourself. So you can fast track your evolution. And for me, I've been on this deep spiritual quest at the same time making a shit ton of money. And whilst I've been making a shit ton of money, I've also been deeply fulfilled within my spirituality. You don't have to sacrifice one for the other. You can absolutely have them both. And I know for you to step into your greatness, into your full potential, it's about clearing your channel, clearing your vessel, clearing your heart. And the more you do this, the more light you emit, the more radiance you have, the more opportunities, the more people, the more resources, the more money you attract to yourself. So if this is resonating, I invite you to send me a direct message. I'll jump on a call with you. I'd love to have a conversation. I can explain what the investment is. It's not as much as what you'd think. A lot of people charge a lot more for these type of masterminds. I mean, I'll probably get there, but this is the first 12-month experience. I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen because I don't fucking know, because it's in the future. But all I know is it's going to be amazing. I can feel it. I can sense it. And it's really allowing me to step up. And so those who join us will also be invited to step up into a greater level, a greater potential of themselves. We'll also be exploring in depth the gene keys. I have my gene keys oracle lady I've been working with over the last 6 months. It's fucking been epic with her. Her name's Jill DeRose. And so we'll be exploring your unique gene key path. Everyone has 12 specific gene keys. We'll be exploring a different gene key in depth that's unique to your profile over the 12 months, 1 a month, and be supporting you through that. The rich is about marketing, money, business, sales, leadership. The mystic is tapping into your higher self, clearing, healing, discovering your unique purpose, your unique blueprint, and being authentic and living an authentic life. And the man's sexuality. I have my mentor that's worked with me to support us, to support myself in uncovering and clearing my sexual energy centers. And so my plan is to invite her into the space to help support us. I know she's not a man, but there's power in being guided by a woman that's fully embodied fucking inner self to hold and witness a man into their potential. And so that'll be the man element. So it's going to be deep. It's going to be uncomfortable. But I invite you, if you're resonating and you want to explore it as a potential, then shoot me a DM. Just send me on Facebook or Instagram. Just send me a DM. Just say, hey man, curious about the Rich Mystic Man, and I'll tee up a time to have a conversation, and we can go from there. I have payment plans and things like that to make it easy, finance options and stuff like that. So it's all available. Yeah, if you feel the call, trust that, back that, send me a message, and we can have a conversation and see how we can make it work for you. Amen. Closing the eyes. Deep breath in. Just feel the presence of the brothers. And that's another element of the 12 months. You get to really connect in with the other 19 men that are part of the space. Be supported, be held, cheer each other on. Just feel the presence of the men in this group. Your place within that group. Your place within yourself. Take a deep breath in. Amen. Big love. Talk to you soon.
Sitting here watching the clock, I'm struggling, thinking of the bullshit that I've been juggling. Is there more to life than this? I'm thinking twice.